279. My name is George Queening. Top of the stories is out. National Tripartite Committee approves 9% increase in 2026 daily minimum wage, setting new rate at 21 cedis 77 pesos from January. Full report on the August 6 helicopter tragedy to be presented to National Security Council on Monday, November 10. That's today. Also coming up this morning, Appointments Committee of Parliament to vet Chief Justice nominee Justice Paul Bafo-Boni. Well, we have details of these stories and many more coming up in the next 20 minutes if you spend your time with me. Just so you know, you can also get interactive with us. We are live on Facebook as TV3 Ghana. Now, the Appointments Committee of Parliament will today vet Chief Justice nominee, Chief Justice Paul Bafo-Boni. Justice Bafo-Boni's nomination follows the removal of former Chief Justice, her ladyship, Gertrude Araba Isaba Saki Tokonu. The vetting will assess the nominee's qualifications, experience, and suitability for the position. The committee will then present its report to the plenary for consideration. Paul Bafo-Boni was appointed and has since been Chief Justice since April 2025. He was nominated for the role of Substantive Chief Justice by President John Dramani Mahama on September 21, 2025. Justice Paul Bafo-Boni is currently the most senior judge on the Supreme Court. He was appointed to the Apex Court in June 2008 by then-President John Ejiokum Kufuor. Justice Bafo-Boni rose through the ranks of the judiciary, serving as a Second Court judge in Kumasi, a High Court judge at Joya Nkwanta, and later as a Court of Appeals judge before his elevation to the Supreme Court. Despite growing concerns about the safety of water transport on the Volta Lake, boat operators at various landing sites in the Volta and Oti regions continue to operate without providing life jackets for passengers. Faisal Abdul Idris reports that the lack of compliance with safety regulations has led to numerous accidents on the lake, resulting in the loss of lives.
Water transport is a major means of transportation for island communities and residents along the Volta Lake in the Volta and Oti regions. But recurring boat accidents leading to loss of lives remain a major constraint, raising questions about the safety of water transport on the country's inland waterways. Last month, 15 persons, including 11 children, died in a boat accident on a section of the Volta Lake in the Karachi West municipality of the Oti region. Despite this, checks at the various landing sites reveal commercial boat operators continue to operate without life jackets for passengers.
Life jacket,
we do not have the life jackets. Some of the boats here carry as much as 25 people, but you'd find only 2 or 3 life jackets in them. So we want government, through the Ghana Maritime Authority, to support us with life jackets. We are not happy with the happenings on the lake, but we are helpless. The casualties recorded on the lake is as a result of the unavailability of life jackets and indiscipline on the part of the passengers. Even the few we have, when we give them, they don't wear it. They put it on their heads. As part of efforts aimed at ensuring safety, the Ghana Maritime Authority says it's undertaking a series of initiatives, including the opening of offices at every landing site.
We'll be inspecting life jackets, we'll be inspecting load lines, we'll be inspecting safety requirements. So our presence here is directly related to our safety mandate. And one of the initiatives also we are bringing on board is to make life jackets available at reasonable cost, low the cost at which they would have otherwise bought it in the public space.
To ensure compliance with safety protocols, Member of Parliament for Kwando Sebastian Dare has underscored the need for extensive education in communities along the coastline.
Every industry will comply with the rules and regulations that govern that industry. More so when it has to do with water transport or lake transport for that matter. So it comes with education, just ensuring that people who go on the lake, particularly those who operate, are aware and are also made aware.
Between 2019 to 2024, the Maritime Authority spent over 94 million Ghana cedis to implement safety measures on the country's inland waterways. Faisal Abdul Idrisu, TV3 News.
Away from the Volta region, the committee tasked with investigating the Ghana Air Force having Z9 helicopter crash is expected to present its report on Monday, 10th November, to the National Security Council. According to the Minister of Government Communications, Phyllis Kwatsiofosu, the details of the report will subsequently be made public at a media briefing on Tuesday. The Ghana Air Force having Z9 helicopter crashed on August 6, 2025 at Adansia From in the Ashanti region. The accident claimed the lives of 8, including Minister for Defense Dr. Edward Omanebuama, Member of Parliament for Tamale Central, and Minister for Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation Dr. Alhaji Ibrahim Murtala Mohammed. The rest are Acting Deputy National Security Coordinator Alhaji Muniru Mohammed, Vice Chairman of the National Democratic Congress Dr. Samuel Sapon, former parliamentary candidate, and Deputy NADMO Director Samuel Abuaje. The military personnel who also died in the crash are Wing Commander Peter Bafimi Anala, who was the pilot, Flight Lieutenant Manin Chum Ampedu, and Flight Sergeant Ernest Ado Mensah. Well, as the media house, we'll peruse this very report and update you subsequently in our bulletins. And now the National Tripartite Committee, NTC, has announced a 9% increase in the national daily minimum wage for 2026. The new minimum wage will be pegged at 21 cedis, 77 pesos per day, and will take effect from January 1, 2026. The decision was reached during the National Tripartite Committee's meeting on Sunday, November 9, 2025 in Accra. The decision, according to a statement, follows careful consideration of the current economic environment, cost of living, sustainability of businesses, and efforts to boost employment. The statement urged all establishments, institutions, and organizations to comply with the new rate with legal sanctions for non-compliance. The National Tripartite Committee, NTC, also recommended that the 2026 national daily minimum wage be tax exempt to further support workers. I'm sure a lot of people will say it's a relief, but let's know what you personally think of this. We're active on Facebook, it's TV3 Ghana. Hopefully, your comments will be read and shared to the rest of the world. Meanwhile, the government of Ghana and organized labor have reached an agreement on the 2026 base pay for the public service workers under the single span salary structure, SSSS. Negotiated under the Public Services Joint Standing Negotiating Committee, the new base pay will provide a 9% across-the-board increase effective from January 1, 2026 through December 2026. And the government, represented by the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission and the Ministry of Finance, committed to further discussions with unions regarding outstanding conditions of service. Both parties also agreed to regularly engage on management of the economy. And now, ahead of the presentation of the 2026 budget statement, Finance Minister Dr. Kaisel Atoforson has engaged traders at Takoradi Market Circle as part of his stakeholder consultations. Dr. Forson described the encounter with the traders as a highlight of his visit to the Western region, noting that the conversations were both humbling and inspiring. The engagement forms part of the government's broader effort to ensure that the 2026 budget reflects the realities, hopes and expectations of ordinary Ghanaians. The Finance Minister is expected to present the 2026 budget statement and economic policy to Parliament on Thursday, November 13, 2025. We'll be engaging, stakeholders ahead of this very budget presentation on Thursday. We're going to Abosoka, going to Makula, and other relevant places as well. And all these updates will be given to you in our subsequent bulletins. And now the National Interministerial Committee on the Illegal Mining, NIMOS, has raided an illegal mining site at Bisiase in the Ayensuano district of the Eastern region. The NIMOS team arrested the site Galamsey kingpin responsible for blocking and polluting the Ayensu River. According to the NIMOS task force, the suspect arrived at the site armed with a pistol and attempted to bribe officials with 100,000 cedis to avoid arrest. The bribery cash alongside Galamsey equipment was seized and the illegal mining operations were shut down immediately. The action is part of ongoing efforts to curb illegal mining activities and protect Ghana's water bodies from pollution. NIMOS added that investigations are ongoing and those involved in illegal operations will face the full force of the law. In more news this morning, President John Dramani Mahama has sent a strong warning to community members who attack security officers on illegal mining duties, stressing that such offenders will face the full rigors of the law. The president's caution follows a recent attack on members of the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat, NAMOS, the Environmental Protection Authority, and some journalists by residents of a mining community during an official operation. Here's a report by Kwame Bafo-Jikum.
Speaking at the 29th Ghana Journalists Association Awards held in Kumasi, President Mahama described the attacks as unacceptable. He warned that the government will not relent in its fight against illegal mining, which continues to destroy the nation's water bodies and environment.
The fight against illegal mining is complex and challenging. Illegal mining has so deeply ingrained itself in the fabric of our society that despite the obvious damage it causes to our environment, entire communities mobilize and confront security personnel when they arrive to combat illegal mining operations in their areas. I wish to notify communities that attack public officials and security personnel performing their lawful duties that firm action will be taken against them. Upon receipt of the news, I instructed the Chief of Staff to contact the journalists who were injured to check on their health and assist with settling any hospital bills incurred.
The president of the Ghana Journalists Association, Albert Jumfo, called on the executive to consider establishing a special court to speed up the trial of illegal mining offenders as a deterrent to others.
We know recently there was a meeting with the president and the Auditor General on corruption. We want the same meeting to be held, so special court can be created for Galamsey. So Galamsey cases can be heard daily, on daily basis, so that perpetrators will face the full rigors of the law. The time has come for a bold, symbolic step, one that communicates to Ghanaians and to the world that this government is fully committed to winning the war against Galamsey.
Speaking at the event, the acting Chief Justice, His Lordship Justice Paul Bafo-Boni, emphasized the need for a strong and strategic partnership among the executive, legislature, judiciary, media and civil society organizations to sustain the fight against illegal mining.
Galamsey represents a deeper wound, a failure of collective responsibility. The fight against environmental degradation cannot be waged in silos. Each arm of government and each institution must perform its constitutional role with integrity, accountability, and respect for the rule of law. When the media operates with responsibility, the judiciary with impartiality, and the executive with transparency, the foundation of our democracy remains firm and unshakable.
The 29th GJ Awards celebrated excellence in journalism under the theme Safeguarding Ghana's Future, the role of the media in promoting peace, security, and the fight against Galamsey.
Sometime in June, TV3 reported on how illegal mining has ripped apart vegetation and also polluted two major water bodies at Atatam, a farming community in the Adansi-Asukwa district. But that was not all. The Oli Basic School was also sitting at the edge of an uncovered pit. Well, there's an update in the following reports filed by William Evans Ingum, our Northern Bureau Sector Chief.
This was at Atatam sometime in June. Enoch was caught by the Minerals Development Fund monitoring team mining illegally. He drops out of school after class 6. Illegal mining in Atatam has raped vegetation and polluted two water bodies, Jimmy and Subin. After 5 months, there seems to be some progress. The Jimmy River is coming back to life. Enoch, on the other hand, is searching for a new job, a green one. The MDF has initiated moves to engage local firms provide job opportunities to the likes of Enoch, so they are not swayed into illegal mining.
He came to me and said, "Ma, I'm not doing it again now. I want something." And so he's somebody that we are going to train. We picked his details, and he's one person that we will bring him here and we pay for him to be trained. The owner of this establishment was once upon a time a small-scale miner, was once upon a time an illegal miner, was once upon a time into this activity that has now become like a chronic disease for our nation. And any chronic disease, I've always been saying it, as a doctor, I always will go back to that, say you cannot treat a chronic disease with an acute protocol. And so if you are going to do it, with a chronic protocol, then it means that as you push them, you give them a better exit.
A distraction everywhere and becoming recurrent in forest zones. Behind the Atetem DA Basic School, a deep life-threatening pit has entrapped a 3-unit classroom block, sheltering hundreds of children. These children are exposed to the ruins and horrors of illegal mining echoed in their thoughts. As the administrator of the MDF presents educational materials to the Atetem DA school, she recalls a moment one of these kids asked for a gun instead of a book.
During my interaction with the kids the last time I came here, I asked them what they needed. One kid mentioned a gun. So I said, I don't have a toy gun. But he said, no, mommy, I want the big gun they use. It was then I realized the kids have been exposed to the dangers of galamsey.
William Evans Inkum, TV3 News, Atetem.
And now the Center for National Culture in the Western Region is set to get a major boost with the completion of its auditorium thanks to funding efforts by the Tourism Ministry. This project is part of a larger national plan to establish cultural hubs in the 6 newly created regions. The Western Regional Minister, Joseph Nelson, who is excited about the prospect, says it will mark a new chapter for the region. Rama Smith has more.
After years of neglect and unfulfilled rehabilitation promises from past government, the Western Regional Center for National Culture has fallen into a state of disrepair, a mere shadow of its intended purpose. The facility saw a glimmer of hope on July 29, 2024, when the then Minister of Tourism and Creative Arts, Andrew Ejapamesa, pledged to fully restore it by the end of December 2024. Following the defeat of the New Patriotic Party in the general elections, however, the project came to a halt after the replacement of roofing sheets and windows. This was despite early assurance that 45 million cedis had been secured from the Finance Ministry for the project. The Executive Director of the National Commission on Culture, Wakefield Wisdom Akwaku, who met with the staff who are currently operating from an office at the Western Regional Coordinating Council and later inspected the facility, assured that the current Tourism Minister, Ablajifa Gomashi, is actively pursuing the funding required to complete the auditorium.
My minister has been very phenomenal in chasing the funding needed to complete this particular edifice. We believe that should this edifice be completed, it will provide the opportunity for the people of the Western region, and for that matter, the people of Ghana, to have a space, to have a place, to be able to perform and to be able to promote, preserve the culture of this country.
He added that steps are being taken to also provide the 6 newly created regions with the necessary infrastructure, while pledging to resolve land encroachment issues at the Western region.
When you go to every region in Ghana, until we have the 6 new regions, we have huge presence. Okay, so every region is equipped with an auditorium to be able to preserve and promote the culture of the country as we are mandated. The 6 new regions, we are taking steps to make sure that we provide them with the infrastructure needed to also lift themselves and then be able to promote and preserve the culture of this country.
Western Regional Minister Joseph Nelson stated that the completion of the center would be a significant relief for the region.
The good intentions have not always materialized. Until we took office, I think there was some effort to do something about it. and that also didn't, of course, solve the problem in its entirety. And so now we have the opportunity to see how we can actually get it done. And so to hear you say this is a big relief. And all of us are going to look forward to the day when it will be done and commissioned for use by the public.
Irama Smith, TV3 News, 2nd D.
In international news this morning, Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni has for the first time acknowledged that 2 Kenyan activists who were missing in his country for 5 weeks had been arrested. Last month, eyewitnesses reported seeing Bob Njangi and Nicholas Oyo being forced into a car by masked uniformed men after a political event where they were supporting Ugandan opposition leader Bobby Wine. News of their release was confirmed on Saturday, but up to that point, the authorities had denied that they were being detained. In a live interview on Saturday evening, Museveni described the 2 men as experts in riots who had then been put in the fridge for some days. Kenya's Foreign Minister Musalia Mudavadi said their release followed sustained diplomatic engagement between Kenya and Uganda. Well, that's all time we'll have us this morning. For more news update, just log on to our website, s3news.com. Thanks for watching. Good morning.
After the US
Just another guy.
The 2025 Ghana Music Awards winner for next year.
Amen, 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 amen.
I know he'll be battling that with Shatawale, but forget about it.
From your lips to God's
even though I'm SM for life. But this man has to be given the award. VGMA 2025. It has to go to Black Sherif.
Yeah.
Oh, no, TGM. Sorry, I forgot that you were a co-host. Sorry.
Good morning.
My apologies. My apologies. I saw you at the Hearts football.
The Super Clash. Where we were.
What's the name? Super Clash.
The Super Clash.
Yeah. And
as a
home supporter for Kumasi Asante Kotoko, I was very happy.
What is the meaning of this?
But you was particularly because she was there.
I beg. Yesterday,
all my enemies lost.
Hey, you know what? Yesterday, I should have eaten before going to the stadium. My biggest mistake was not eating before going to the stadium. Because, look, it's a totally different feel when you sit. You are in the stadium, and you watch the match live, and so I started a popular
You haven't been
stand.
to a stadium to watch matches?
No, at the Super Clash, like between Accra House of Oak and Kumasi Asante Kotoko. I've seen other matches, but you know this one is like the ultimate.
Indeed.
So I sat at the popular stand with Chapter O 100 Supporters Union. It's a different vibe. The vibe at the stadium, the attendance was great. The match was good. It was a good game. The plantain people, what are they called? What are they called again? The people.
Hold on, this
those
people.
But if you kill 1,000, 1,000 will come.
I beg.
I know there's an argument about the goal, etc. But forget about it.
No, don't forget about it.
A good win.
It was not a good win. I mean, anybody who watched the game would know that it was not a good win. It was a win, but it was not a good win.
It was earned.
It was not a good win. That penalty was uncalled for. The goal by Accra House of Oak was not an offside. I don't even understand how the referee did not accept that goal. But it's okay. It's okay. At the end of the day, it was a good game. Great attendance. Amazing vibe at the stadium.
I loved your jersey though.
You like my jersey? Oh, thank you.
Kumasi Asante Kotoko, our away jersey.
Oh, they were wearing PE pants.
Was very greenish and all that. But it was nice.
It was not nice.
It was nice. We want to emulate the Nigerians.
There was nothing nice about their jersey. I mean, when the Asante Kotoko folks were coming out, I was like, I'm about to check. I'm alone and no. It wasn't nice.
Excuse my French. Bulu.
Coffee na coffee.
Miniano.
But it was altogether a good game.
Yes, I understand the Bulu.
Charlie, but you're looking exquisite. What's up?
Thank you.
How was your weekend? I was a bit under the weather over the weekend, so so I was just following the match bits, parts, and if I woke up, and then I'll try to see whether. But we'll see how that goes.
I should take you to the stadium next time.
Yeah.
Oh, you're too dada bad. He's too dada bad. Like he's too bodo
fruit. But I think that the attendance was just not what it was. If you compare it to
back in the day.
Yeah, for example, there was NSPPD. Was it the same stadium?
Yeah,
NSPPD. What God cannot do
does not exist.
Yeah. And then you take a look at Accra House of Oak, Kumasi Asante Kotoko, and the attendance for the match was just...
it wasn't the best, but...
because there was a lot of pre-event activation by Adisa Productions, as well as the Ghana Football Association, and then the Premier League Limited as well. And just to see the numbers on television or in the videos, in the pictures, just not encouraging for a super clash. This is our El Clasico, for God's sake. And we couldn't fill the stadium.
Well,
so I'm thinking maybe we need to do something about it.
I arrived just on time around 4 p.m. and I did not expect to be able to just walk in. You know, I thought it was going to be a
some
hassle
mammoth
getting in there. But I walked right in without any struggles. So, well, shouts to everybody who came out to the stadium. This is what we're asking for. And for those who could not come, please try and come for the next ones. It's just 30 cedis.
Yeah.
How much did I pay? I think I paid 30 cedis.
30 cedis, right.
Yeah. It was 30 cedis for one ticket. And, you know, you would develop real love for our local league when you go to the stadium. It's different when you watch at home.
Yeah, that's
when
true.
you bring a vuvuzela, because my jaws hurt. And so everybody trolling me on Facebook. This is just one match. to everybody trolling me, this is just one match, and the bones are not rotten. See, we never say die until the bones are rotten.
Yeah, I know, right?
The bones are not rotten.
I know. When you lose, this is adrenaline talking. When you lose, the best defense is to attack. So that's what she's doing.
The bones are
But
not
we have some exciting content for you right here this morning. So make sure you follow us on social media. We have TV3 Ghana. We have Cash Out as well. Please put it on the screen quickly as possible. And let me say good morning to Michael Asari. And Michael Asare is a great guy. He's the president, co-founder as well of the NGO. And that NGO, they are called, very important for all of us to be in the great position for this. They do some great work throughout the period. And the World Human Rescue and Advocacy Organization alongside Philippine Godo as well, and the rest of everybody else at the World Human Rescue and Advocacy Organization. Please make sure you cash out. So we have cash out, *439#, choose option 2, increase the number of tickets you have, become one of those lucky winners. Don't be like Accra or folk supporters. When they get to lose, then they're on rampage, talking anyhow, like now. Please. Please. Come on here. Eddie Joy.
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay, so what do we have?
Well, we had an amazing last few days. TV3 and TV3 reporters have been trending.
Yeah.
Top of the trends.
For the right reasons.
For the
Yes.
very good reasons. Our prized reporter, who has very diligently and consistently delivered back-to-back excellent award-winning news reports which have effected positive change. There's one thing to do a report and go home. It's another thing to do reports which actually effect positive change.
Yeah.
The 29th edition of the GJA Awards happened at the Minshia Palace. And our reporters, Sarah Apenko and Godwin Asedeba, stood out. Most importantly, the ultimate award of the night.
Is that Godwin?
The coveted award.
Roland.
GJA Journalist of the Year. The award went to our reporter.
No, what are you guys saying? Please say the thing.
Godwin Asedeba.
I've been unwell over the weekend. So okay, so
GJA Journalist of the Year.
He went.
Yes.
Mr. Quenin.
Okay.
No. Mr. Quenin went to take the award on behalf
because Asedeba is
of Godwin Asedeba and us.
Yes.
Please bring his video again. Let me see. Because I saw the person, I thought it was, but I was seeing the head. I said the head was Konko. Rasta Makpe Gali. Fantastic.
All right.
Everybody was well represented. Congratulations to George, who went to take the award on behalf of Godwin Asedeba. And again, if you come to the premises of Media General, you see that whoever wins, you have your picture draped.
Charlie, it's like,
and so this is going to be the second time because he's the BBC Komla Dumor reporter of the year or journalist of the year. He's also the Thompson Foundation or something like that. The Economist as well. And the man has been winning.
And he also has
a
nomination which is currently pending.
He has another nomination.
Yeah, which is currently pending.
Yeah, Godwin Asedeba.
International journalist.
And I really love this video. He was walking from somewhere. Then,
Godwin.
In a burgundy suit.
Yeah.
In a burgundy suit. George Quenin receiving the award. Shaking the king. The king of Asante.
George Quenin represented Godwin very well, if you ask me.
And he even asked the president that, don't you think that I look good and I delivered well? So the president said, yes, you did well.
But, I really wish Godwin was here to receive this award. Yes, and as I watched it, I was like, Godwin should have been here. Why wasn't he here? Because, not just the photo op and the video, but the honor that, this bestows on him in the presence of the president. And Otumfuo himself. It would have been lovely if he were here. But all the same, we are so proud of Godwin. Godwin has shown us that hard work actually would give you results.
And consistency.
Hard work and consistency and relentlessness and going where others fear to tread is what will give you results. He has said in previous interviews that if you want to stand out as a journalist, don't do what everyone is doing.
Yes.
Look for a path which is less traveled by.
Yeah.
And go there. That is where reward and honor is. So Godwin, we're so proud of you. I mean, I'm sure you're sipping tea this morning and, you know, British ginger biscuits.
Is Godwin joining us on stream? He'll be joining. Because please put George again. George, the way George was reading the speech, I mean, I didn't get it though, but George was reading the speech. I don't know.
In anticipation of his award next
year.
When
I was a kid, there was a movie I watched called Ghost. I think it was Patrick Swayze and then also Demi Moore. So the ghosts will enter a human being, and then they did all that. So I think Godwin's character and so entered George that day. George was just claiming the accolades on his behalf. Please go back so that I see George shaking. Apart from this, George Queening, yes. Nana Piao.
If it's where you,
Your Excellency, John Dramani Mahama, the President, even whispered, said that. Wow. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think about my speech?
But you know,
on behalf of Godwin, look at him.
I mean, you would think he was Godwin.
On behalf, recipient, George Queening.
Leave George Queening alone. But the President put out a post, if we may read that.
Yes.
The President put out a post congratulating Godwin on his Facebook feed. Lovely post. He said, congratulations to Godwin Asedeba of TV3 Network Limited and all the journalists who received awards at the 29th GGA Awards in Kumasi on Saturday. I also congratulate the Ghana Journalists Association for their innovative decision to move the award ceremony outside Accra. And then he went on to say some more. But you know, I was just scrolling on Facebook. I saw the President's post and I saw Godwin Asedeba. I was like, the President has mentioned you.
Godwin Asedeba.
This year has been Godwin's year, and I believe it's just the beginning of many greats to happen for Godwin. So Godwin,
when he won
shout outs.
When he won the BBC Komlandumo Award of the Year, you know that we put all the awards and did a special graphics for him, and it was just amazing. And that was even one of, you know, after that there were many more that came. And so I'm wondering
he can't catch a break.
They will fit. And after that, he's got more, and he's still expecting.
Godwin is becoming like those Ghana musicians like Sarkodie and Shatawale and Stombo who keep winning awards all the time. They don't know how the awards are going to fit in the cabinet.
The problem is that right now his DM is so full that he can't even reply all his messages.
Fantastic.
So if you're texting
Godwin, he replied mine.
But you reply yours. But you know, the rest of the population.
No, forget about you.
Give him 5 to 6 business days. He'll get to your message, please.
I think he loves you all the same.
He's not picking. He's not replying. 5 to 6 business days, he'll get back to you. His DM is full. The girl.
Congratulations to Godwin Asedeba of TV3 Network Limited, into brackets, Media General, and all other journalists. Charlie, this one alone, President, we they love you, we they thank you, President, we they love you, we they thank you.
Charlie, when Godwin comes back, he will not fit. His car will not fit at the car park.
I'm telling you.
He's coming back in a Rolls Royce. He's coming back in a Rolls Royce.
Even they put Ned
4 assistants. Charlie.
They put Ned Daniels for pressure people for
the social media.
All right.
And also Sarah. Sarah
too.
The best TV feature of the year. Congratulations. TV category. Yes, congratulations as well. She's also one of the hard-working journalists that we have here. And she's been equally consistent as well, bring us a lot of breaking news from the health front. And so really well-deserving awards. So congratulations to the two of you. And of course, to all the other journalists who won awards. I mean, amazing. And this year was really big. And it looks like it keeps getting better.
Yes, it keeps getting better. You know, hard work and consistency. There was something I picked up from the Volta Economic Forum, that some words that were echoed by the managing director of TDC, and he says that you have to be deliberate and intentional about all your actions. Of course, you don't have to say everything that you do, lay out your plans to the public, but what you do has to be deliberate, intentional, and you have to make sure that you persevere at it. And I thought Godwin is just a testament to that as well.
Yeah.
But it also means that you will not be able to do what you do if you don't fit into a very good environment.
That is true.
Brings out, and then you giving off your best when it comes to what you want to exhibit and what you want to aim at. So again, the board and management of Media General, we have Professor Kojoyanka as well as the rest of the members of the board. And then, of course, we have the group chief executive as well, Beatrice Ajeman, and the rest of the management team. We're also talking about the general manager for news as well as the deputy as well, Asto Sanyoble, and then also Mabel Akubanase and the rest of the team who make it possible for this to happen. But particularly, I have to say that Michael Otieje was able to spot a talent like him, that's Godwin Asedeba, and say, you come in and join the team. And there's something about Godwin that gives you the edge to say that I want to sit and watch his documentaries. He's good at it. That is his forte, so to speak. He's able to get people to speak to you, whilst other journalists won't be able to convince such character to speak to him. Or to the
and I think that's one question you've asked him often when he's come to join us after his docu. He's like, how do you get the people to agree to have this conversation?
Like somebody who is addicted to drugs.
In fact, that's what I was thinking about. The recent one he did on Red, and the young ladies and the guys that willingly spoke to him on camera. I mean, amazing.
Yeah, but it takes a special skill and grace.
You have to be persuasive.
And grace. It takes a special skill and grace to be able to get people to trust you enough with their truths. Because it's one thing to report that, offer a reporter speech, but to actually speak to the person experiencing the thing, they must trust you.
Fantastic.
With their truths.
Fantastic.
And for you to be able to elicit that, you must have that special skill.
Because these are people who are at the time not their best.
Yeah.
So for them to trust that you're not going to even make them look worse and exploit them, that's really another level.
G for Godwin. Godwin, I said, but when I grow up, I want to be like you.
Yeah. But again, for all the things that we tend to do right here, is because we have great technical people who tend to support us. So, for example, as we're here, there's a director who's speaking to us. There's somebody who is in the switching. There's a sound person, a camera person who makes us look good. So, for example, I always say this. Sometimes you see us nice on television, you see us physically, and then you say, Sana unito, and I say, you know, that kind of thing. But
is that a job at Beatrice?
No,
okay.
Not at all. Not at all. Right. So, at the end of the day, it's also because we are in a position to do what we do because there are people who support us, especially at the background, and they don't get celebrated enough. So, to the technical people, the camera people, etc., congratulations to you as well.
Very well said. Very well said. Very well said. Hi, Beatrice.
Across of food supporters.
We'll take that off air.
What are we doing? I asked this question.
We can get into
What are we doing?
Yeah, what are we doing on big issues today? Of course, we're going to be talking about our big win. Yeah. We're going to be talking about our big win and the contribution that journalists, here at Media General and journalists in Ghana make to national development and helping bring attention to issues which need fixing. A lot of our issues, in fact, from Galamsey to the economy to things that affect lives and property are brought to the fore by journalists. And so we're going to talk about that.
All right.
And,
so we're going to open the phone lines and ask you what you make of Godwin Asedebe's win in itself, and then the impact of TV3, Media General, Onuya generally on the media landscape and the content that we tend to bring to you, right from the morning to when the next day is up, what you make of it as well. And then for big issues, by now, Standard & Poor's as well as the other credit rating agencies, they've given us an upgrade by way of how well the world or the world market should look at us. And so we're now B, so to speak, we're B minus, but now we're B. That also means that should we go to the capital market, etc., I mean, It also has a good outlook when it comes to how investors, whether they're on Wall Street or some of the big economies, would want to invest in Ghana's economy. What does it mean? Because this is just happening about 2 or 3 days to the next budget reading for 2026. And that's going to be by the Finance Minister, Dr. Kesiola Tufosu. You know, the good thing about what he's been able to do is to keep the numbers as well as the indicators in check. So what should we be looking at the next budgetary year? And then, of course, we'll be talking about many related subjects as well. And make sure you stick and stay right here with us. And we'll have some great conversations thereof. Apart from just telling you that we have cash out, we also have many other related conversations to also help you with. But the last bit will be about the public sector negotiations by workers with government at the tripartite committee. According to the workers, hasn't gone so well. They've been given about 9% by way of the wage increment. And I'm already hearing from social media and some other people within organized labor that they are not happy. What should they be doing? I mean, is this not good enough? So we'll be having that discussion as well. So make sure you stick and stay and join us for that.
Indeed. There's a lot to talk about today. So call in. The numbers will be displayed on your screen very shortly. Call in and share your thoughts with us. But you're welcome to This Morning. And we already have Peter T on the line. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. Our first caller, tell us what's on your mind today.
It's a pleasure, my sister. You guys are looking very splendid this morning.
Thank you.
You're beautiful attires. Remo always on point, you know. My sister, let me also use your medium to express my gratitude and say good morning to Alhaji Yaokondo, a hard-working person indeed. And then also Alhaji Mahdi of National Democratic Congress, Director for Election. And then also come to Alhaji Mekano of Wawa Road and Ava and Alhaji Rauf. My sister, you see, TV3 now has become one of the most I want to use this very beautiful, elegant, and very prominent station, not in Ghana alone. I believe that it's in the whole world. Because even if you look at their personalities and their presentation, people like you, I don't know how you do the selection anyway. Because if you want to go into comparison with other stations, I feel who they also represent them, like programs that you do like this. In fact, TV3, you are really an award winner. And look at the selection that has been made this time around. Godin Asiliba, this is the man who has made a record. And he started this. I was monitoring, I have been monitoring when you have been giving news and other things that you have been doing. Look at where you have gotten to. All because the handwriting of TV3 has come a long way to portray a picture of quality, a picture of decency, a picture of all the adjectives that I want to use for TV3. Kudos. I believe that the days are not, over yet, and you are going to do the best of your own abilities. Telling kudos. Especially Roland. Roland is a tactical, disciplinary person that has brought TV3 this far. Because, including you guys anyway, the Roland has his own way of making the show. Everybody, if you are watching the show, you see that you are owning it. Not just watching, but you own TV3 and you own the programs of TV3. Very good entertainment, excellent. Thank you very much. May Allah bless all of you and make TV3 a hope of this country. Thank you very much.
Amen. Thank you so much, Peter T. Thank you very much. Yes. Congratulations to Sarah, to Godwin, and Roland also had his. Congratulations to you as well.
Roland is the face of TV3. and interestingly, Roland has remained exactly the same. Roland,
he's not
I don't know how you're doing it. I don't know what your skincare routine is, but Roland has remained exactly the same, forever fresh.
Yeah.
Never to be caught on fresh. Anyway,
Roland,
we have Idris just joining us on the phone lines now. Hello, Idris.
Yeah. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Idris. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. This is the 24 hours. Calling you from Upper West region. Wow.
Great to have you.
Yes. Now, let me say good morning to you, Roland, and my good sister there. But I'm worrying about electoral cost. So if my advice is not very well today, you should forgive me. And when it comes to media and currently as we are speaking, without media journalism, there's no other media out in Ghana again. Whether we like it or not, that media journalism is now the leading media in Ghana. You understand? But let me say a very good morning to the Intuit Regional Chairman, Chairman Abdulaziz wife. And also say good morning to the Upper West people in our local language. Wala ya ansuma ya 24 lana.
Okay.
And about Godwin, that we were praising you for the past 3 or 4 months. Is that not it? Of the same award that you have took. Is that not it?
Yes.
Now, what I want to say is that whatever you are doing with your pure heart, wallahi, God will praise you. God will give you the award.
Mashallah. Mashallah.
Anytime, yes. Anytime when I'm watching TV3 News, when I hear the report of God in Africa, when you say this is God in Africa, reporting, your brother and sister, I'm always happy with the man.
I'm happy to hear that.
Yes, I'm always happy with the man. But let me tell you something. The issue is that when you are working to your CEO or a managing director, be aware that the way you are consistent with the work, the way God is consistent with you. You understand? He's not the only journalist in media journal. But for the past 2 or 1 month that we are talking about, God in October everywhere. So too far able to say what I say, and the mama is even commenting on what in October. This one alone has given you big opportunity. Big opportunity. But what I will say to the rest of the journalists in media house is that once you are working there, take the work as your own work. Support. But I will say by my last word is that God bless you, Victoria. God bless Roland. God bless Na. Thank you.
Thank you and amen. God bless you too abundantly. You can also call us. The phone line is on the screen. We're celebrating big wins. Godwin Asideba, Journalist of the Year, and Sarah Apinkro for TV News Feature. Now, if you're just hearing about this, over the weekend, the GJA Awards happened at Minshia in Kumasi. It's got to be the biggest edition I've seen, in terms of the entire organizing and the dignitaries who were present.
Yes.
And, and the buzz around it as well, and the buzz around it as well. So we should say congratulations to the GJA president and the organizing team for organizing such a beautifully well-planned and attended event. And to all the other journalists who won various awards in various categories, their job is not an easy one. And so to be recognized like this is big. So congrats to all of you. You can call us. Let us know what you make of this win and the consistency that TV3 has displayed. If you've come to our premises, you will see that we've got billboards of our winners every year.
Yes.
And Godwin's billboard is currently there for winning the BBC Komla Dumo Award.
So there's going to be
So
one
are we
more
going
like
to
Roland?
add another? We're going to Charlie.
Perhaps they will
he already has
he's already there.
Outside where we play.
Yeah,
I think we'll just add an inscription to it.
We have to add another
GJ
picture.
journalist.
Perhaps a new one will be done. BBC, GJ, and the other ones surrounding it.
And more incoming.
All right, we have another caller.
Yeah, we have another caller joining us.
We do. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Tell us your name, where you're calling us from. Good morning. This must be Haja from Medina. Olivia, good morning.
Good morning. Beatrice, Roland. Now, how are you all?
Very well, thank you.
We're well. Thank you for calling. We're grateful.
Congratulations to Godwin. TV3 is unmatched. We have grown to watch TV3 from I don't know how to, anyone who associates him or herself to TV3 becomes great. I was part of Ghana's most beautiful season 1, and the station Media General has kept growing from grace to grace, and we are happy. We are associated. We are happy for everything that is going on, especially election 2024. Oh my God, the coverage and everything. God bless you guys. Okay, God bless you, Roland. Now, I sent you a message. Watch, my name is Olivia. Watch it and do it for me.
Okay, Olivia.
Take this opportunity to wish my son a happy birthday. Ni Noenote Ago. Kotobabi Mancho, the second.
Fantastic.
Wow. Thank you. Have a blessed day, all of you.
Your son is the Kotobabi Manche.
Incoming.
You said?
Did you say your son was the Kotobabi Manche?
Kotobabi Mancho is my son, yes.
Oh, great.
Oh, wow.
Great.
Wow.
Congratulations to him. I sent you a message. Check it and do it for me.
Yes, please. I'll check. Thank you for calling us.
El Kotobabi Manche, happy birthday. Yes, let's go to Bridget, who also joins us.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Bridget.
Morning. Hey. Two ladies in a row.
Back to back.
Roland, good morning to all of you now.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Especially to me.
Okay, so you know something?
No, we don't.
I have been following Godwin Asedebe's assignment. You know, he has this thing on TV, the assignment.
Yes.
And some of the things he uncovered, it's heartbreaking. Some of the things, you know, he did one at the mortuary.
Yes.
And I felt like, goodness, whose son is this? He's too brave, like, to be doing all of these things. And if he hadn't won the Journalist of the Year, I think it would have been a very disappointment to the journalist. It's the journalist fraternity itself, because he has done so well, and it doesn't take a chicken change for you to go and win the Comla de War Award.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So he's done so well, and I think his institution, which is Media General, you guys have done so well, and I love that supportive spirit. You know, you guys support each other, and you love it when any other person wins and it is not you. You know, that brings up that kind of oneness. And Media General, Gordon hasn't won it alone, but he's won for the whole Media General fraternity, and so you should be proud of him. Some of the things he does, they are very scary. He did this Ukraine, Russia, something. And I was like, goodness, if this guy should lose his life, what are we going to say? And he's so brave. So I'm so happy he has won this, and he merits it. It's not backdoor anything. You know, he merits it, and I'm so happy for him. Keep supporting each other. You guys are doing well. One of my cousins said, Madam, as for you, if it is about winning an award, I think TV3 should give you an award. I don't change my channel. I don't change my channel to anywhere. It's either I switch all to Media General, those subsidiaries under you. And I'm so happy. Wow. I'm so happy for you guys. And so keep up doing the good works, and you will keep shining.
Fantastic.
Of course, you are the best amongst everybody.
What's your name again?
Sorry?
What's your name again?
Bridget?
Bridget, I think. Bridget.
Yes.
Bridget. It's Bridget. Thank you so much, and thank you for being a loyal viewer. And I mean, the wonderful words.
She doesn't change the channel.
Yeah. I mean, that's amazing. Thank you so much. So it's a win also for you as well. Thank you.
We are because you are. You make it possible. Thank you so much. We have another caller joining us now. Hello.
Hello, Beatrice. Hello, Ona.
Yes, sir.
Na Desra.
Nah.
Rona Desra.
Nah. Tabiola.
Tabia.
No, nah. Gombia.
Let me understand you.
Alaji.
What? Cookie.
Yes,
she's on leave.
Okay, let me send a greeting to her. And Shamima Muslim, and he has an husband. And Honorable Benataja for First Deputy Speaker and Chairman of the Armed for of Staff, Honorable Zebra, and Dr. Abukar Wumbi. You see, well, each and every person who deserves award must get award. That shows how people doing that work. So when DJ gives you award, it means that your reportage is credible reportage and you have been given always. Certain and we need in this country. So Godwin, you should keep on doing what he did. But he shouldn't go and bring false report. Each and any person who brings false report, that person cannot get award in this country. Because they will not award the person who will come and cause trouble for Ghanaians. They will not do that. So because of this, and we talk about the TV3 is a principal media house in this country. Not in this country, in the whole world. Let me put it that way. In the whole world. And people bring TV3 report. So let's keep on doing what you did for us.
Thank you.
Now,
yes.
I just want to conclude and say something. You see, our people didn't come out with some of the report. The missing container, we still waiting about the missing container report. They should come out and tell us who caused the crime. They need to deal with that people. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for calling. Frederick has just joined us.
Yes, he has. Good morning to you, Frederick. Tell us where you're calling us from and what do you think of what's on the table today?
Okay, good morning, Beatrice. Good morning, Ma. And good morning, Roland.
Morning.
My name is Frederick and I'm calling from Osu Castle.
Okay.
First of all, I'd like to say good morning to the Chief Executive of DVLA, Julius Nikwekodi. Secondly, Roland, please, have you realized that this morning we are experiencing more ladies calling into the show? It's because it's Godin Asidiba.
Congratulations to all of us.
Yes.
Congratulations to TV3, to general media, to media general and everyone. I believe Godwin started very young and he has been in the business and he's doing very well. I have realized a lot of things about Godwin. Godwin is very humble and he's really done well. He's really done well.
Like me, he's humble like
me. This is a big win for Ghana. This is a big win for TV3 and this is a big win for general media, so media general. In general. Yes.
Are you a Has fan?
To Godwin Asidiba.
Are you a Has fan?
I'm a fan of Godwin Asidiba, and I'll continue to be a fan of Godwin Asidiba. Thank you very much. Good morning.
Don't go. Wait. Are you a Has fan?
Heart of Oak.
Hello.
Okay, so my family members are Heart of Oak fans, but personally, I'm not an Heart of Oak fan.
Oh, okay. Because the way you were saying general media, that's why I wanted to know. Because sometimes the trepidation or the psychological effect of having a loss could trickle down 12 hours later.
Coming from someone who doesn't even have a team. You don't even have a team.
Kumasi Asante Kotoko is my team. Chelsea.
Chelsea. Better luck next time, okay?
Oh, we are okay.
She was all over the place.
We are okay.
The house Jesse though is very beautiful.
Last week,
and the beautiful house of Folk Jesse.
Last week, Nat said that the 4 that Asante Kotoko scored was the last.
Yeah, I know, right?
You know that
Kotoko didn't score. That penalty was uncalled for.
He's saying something.
Yes.
Allow the viewers
to talk. Asante Kotoko always says that Accra Sports Stadium is their home, and it's evident.
You came from Kumasi to come and say that Accra Sports Stadium is your home.
What
does that say about you?
Tashiman, be careful.
Bebe Kumasi.
Osu, yes.
Bebe Kumasi. Anyway, you can also call us. The phone number is on the screen. Yes. Mejina has just joined us.
Mejina is a Hearts fan.
Mejina.
Yes.
Mejina is a Hearts fan.
Is he?
You know the history says that 1911 that Heart of Oak was formed.
Yes.
And looking at the beauty
and the nature how Hasselhoff started. The ball catchers, some of them we used to give to Kotoko to form a team. So naturally, we are the fathers of Ghana football.
Thank you very much.
So no doubt about it.
Thank you very much, Regina.
Regina, what's your message?
My message this morning is that congratulations to you all guys. And I would say the media general is the ladder through which Gordon Asidiba and other colleagues have been able to climb to be seen at the top. I say this because, one, TV3 or Media General has put up a very nice organizational culture. And discipline and work ethics and the principleness of the organization makes everybody feel proud to join Media General. When you check other media houses, it's like they always, I see many media organizations in Ghana as solid media houses. Instead of training their personnel to know what they can bring out for the people to see that this is what is going on, we are always following events, news, events, what and what. And we are not able to stand on our feet to tell the people what they are doing is not right for us. And if we get media organizations starting to do what Media General is doing, I think Ghana will move forward. Because many of our appointees are swallow-headed. They don't want to do the right thing because we have a poor media houses in many organizations. Most especially because we always put our eye in Accra. It disadvantages media houses in other areas. You see, Mr. Jumfo will be in Accra during press conference. When I be the day that he will come to Ghana? When I be the day you go to Bole? When I be the day you go to Tamale and go? Are you telling me that Accra media guys are better than people in other regions? And I always ask this, why whenever there is a program, you have your correspondents in other regions. You will be carrying your correspondents coming to, are you telling us we are blind people, we don't see what is going on? So that biasness should stop in Ghana Journalists Association. They should be focused and do what is right. We are not saying that they should give us, they should bring food to our table. They should also empower those people who are disadvantaged. There are media who are disadvantaged, more especially those who are doing, they don't have adverts, they don't have anything, but they are trying to survive. So what is the media GJA doing? Is it about just joining the association, paying 100 cedis in a month? They should forget about it and give capacity building to the people. Do this to empower people. And I must say that Media General, you are doing fantastic work, fantastic work, because you have even a board set up to train people, to tell people this is what we want to achieve. What is the organization objective, the aim, what we intend doing, why are we doing this? And if we do this, no chief, no politician can stand before us to look down upon a journalist. Why should a journalist be poor? There are so many avenues for us to explore, but we are not taking it because we don't know. Many of us, because we see journalism as a poor business, but it's very rich. If we get to know people to direct us to what is right, I beg to you. God to bless you.
Amen.
And keep you moving forward.
Amen.
Thank you, TV3.
Thank
Amen.
you, Regina. Thank you, Regina.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Yes, he really did. There's a quick message from Isaac from Takrade. He says, good morning, Beatrice. Warm regards to the team. Na Roland, on Asidibe's GJ Award, the gentleman has really worked hard for it and he more than deserves it. And you see, if you work with an entity like Media General that provides all the resources needed to deliver and great minds to assist, you have no excuse not to give off your best. Congratulations to Godwin, and I love every documentary he's put out. Hi to Beatrice, my former news editor. Okay, so from Isaac Takradi, thank you very much, Isaac Hughes, for sending your message.
People are training people. News editor. Yes. Well, we have to tell you more, but let's read some couple of messages and tell you about if you want the world-class university, where should you be? A friend of mine watching us, great guy, lawyer Emmanuel Paddy of Hesse and Hesse. That's where he practices. So happy birthday to you. You celebrate your birthday. He says, I'm just loving the accolades this morning. Congratulations to Godwin Asedeba for winning. That's lawyer Emmanuel Paddy. Wishing you all the best for the days, coming from myself, the rest of the family, your wife, and everybody else as well. Mr. Seth Abloso, good morning to you. He's a trade unionist as well. And so says that... okay, I apologize. My joke was in bad taste, so my apologies to everybody else right here on the set as well. More importantly, we have this one also coming from Daniel Banukuo, who says that congratulations to all of you at Media General. We are all proud of you, and that's coming from Daniel. And then with the Graphic Communications Group Limited, Alberto Noretti, based in the Volta Regional Capital Hall. Mr. Noretti, good morning to you. He says, as the best feature is so bright, and so he will need a pair of sunglasses to look into it. All right. He says, I said the best future is so bright, he will need a pair of sunglasses. That's quite well. Alhaji Jibril of National Security says that I'm just loving all the praises being showered on Godwin Asedeba. Congratulations to him. And then also say good morning to DCOP Agojo of the National Security Human Resource Department, and then also Edmond Combat of the Tema Oil Refinery. And then Lawson Jandu says that, look, you people certainly are doing something right to be winning all the awards. But again, it takes a team for all of you to be able to perform better. And so congratulations to Godwin is in order. And then also to your management as well, for making sure that you have some of the best talent in the industry. And then Kofi Kwating Amenin Kukru, good morning. She says, congratulations to Godwin Asedeba. He's such a great guy. And the rest is about the 9% negotiated for trade unions. So we'll see how that goes. And then Hartwell Selassie Tamaklu, good morning to you, says, congratulations to all of you. And I see that all of you are blushing on set. And so certainly, you must be doing something right. And then Sherry Giovanni says that big congratulations to Godwin and Media General for always being the primus inter pares. And so that goes to speak about how well you're doing. Randa Shaw, the rest of the family, James, Adrian Dreyer as well. A big congratulations to all of you. Godwin Asedeba for winning it big.
Let's not forget that he actually won 2 awards.
Yes.
So the overall,
documentary,
but before the overall, the best documentaries as well. Yes, and to Sarah as well. But hey, there's a world-class university right here in Ghana, Rosebank International University, a strong university, a strong South African university, and a branch of the ADV Tech Group, Africa's largest private education provider with 146 schools across 5 African countries and over 100,000 learners, and partly owned by the World Bank through the IFC. Rosebank International University is fully accredited by the South African Qualifications Authority, the British Accreditation Council, GTEC in Ghana, City Guild UK, and Capsicum Canary Studio. At Rosebank International University, we offer a Doctor of Business Administration, MBA, Master of Science, and Master of Philosophy in Digital Marketing, Bachelor of Supply Chain Management, targeting professionals in freight forwarding, customs, etc. We also offer hospitality and culinary arts, available at diploma, undergraduate and postgraduate levels. Our ICT has BSc Information Technology in Business Systems and IT Computer Application Development, all carefully designed to equip you with the skills and qualifications needed for a successful global career. Remember, our mission is simple: inspiring excellence. Admissions are now open for the January 2026 version. Visit our modern campus at Airport Commercial Opebia House, Accra, or apply online at www.riuc.edu.gh. Rosebank International University, building global citizens. And of course, this morning, you know that you can always choke your hunger with King Cracker. Hunger can strike at any time, but Royal King Cracker is always on standby when you need it. Something enjoyable to munch on. Royal King Cracker brings that crunch and buttery taste. And it fits right into your day, morning, noon, or night. Royal King Cracker, choke your hunger. Just grab one and enjoy. This advert is FDA approved. You're still here on New Day on TV3. When we come back, we'll bring you some more. Do stick and stay.
lines. As many times as you can, we encourage you, please make sure you cash out with us. And so when you're cashing out, it also means that you're choosing option 2. As you dial *439#, you become one of those lucky winners as always. And I tell you, when you do this, at least for the House of Folk fans who are in a psychological dilemma this morning, haven't lost, I thought that good, that thing was not an offside though, but you know, it's part of the game, you know. I mean, it's part of the game. And so as a Kotoko fan, what can I say? Yeah, and then also Zilis Dwayne is watching us from the UK. Zilis Dwayne is a Liverpool fan. Well, Manchester City just got the better part of Liverpool over the weekend, just yesterday actually. Manchester City, Pep Guardiola doing some great work. So I say good morning to you, Zilis Dwayne of the UK, as well as lawyer Ogochukwu Nweke, great guy as well. And then of course Prince Nani Ayok, who also lives in the UK. All of you on our stream, please make sure you share the stream. Let's have some great conversations this morning. We're just a few days away. We're going to have the 2026 budget read to us or presented to us by the Finance Minister, Dr. Kisiel Atuforsen. And for many people who say that he's forcing by way of managing the economy, also means that a lot of pressure will be on him. And so what the expectations are for the budget, we're here to discuss them. Remember, during that live presentation, we will also bring that to you live right here on TV3. Let me say also good morning to Obrim Ponkaba. He's joined us. Zilis Dwayne is still there watching from the sidelines, haven't lost with his team, Liverpool. Wishing you all the best. My sympathies go to you, Zilis Dwayne. Charles Thompson, Akasokri Joseph has also joined us. Agongo Roja, please share the stream. Manini Mani, Odilia also has joined, and then Ashon Tiger. We also have a couple of you who have already also joined. Samira Ajete, wishing you all the best. Kingston Bisna Basemega as well. Please share the stream. Let's have some great conversations this morning. Shiraba Keofuri and all those who tend to watch us, we're grateful. Please share the stream. The second part is going to be about labor. We're told that an agreement has been made for 9% at the tripartite committee with government, and so that's going to be the increment on labor's own salary adjustment you're going to get. It's going to go upwards, 9%. I've seen some, Zato posted something about under the Nanado administration, how it was very high and compared to this 9. And so we'll discuss all that right here. One of the Liverpool fans is also here. He's in a state of mourning. Lawyer Pia Dankwa, good morning to you. How are you?
Yeah,
You're looking good. You're not in a state of mourning?
I'm not mourning. The Liverpool players will never walk alone.
Okay. All right. And then Dr. Kweku Boying has also joined us. Good morning, Kweku. How are you? It's been a while. We haven't met since the last week, right?
Yeah.
All right. And then I have Edem Agmana. You are with the GFA also. You have a position with the GFA, or what is it? Under 19 something.
Yeah, I'm the chairperson for the U19 championship.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's a guy who is very much involved in sports as well.
President of Nukunu Sports Academy.
Okay. President of the Nukunu Sports Academy, Member of Parliament for Ketu North. I know that you want to put together a festival or something. You're inviting the musician. I didn't see Edem's name inside, so I was wondering.
Oh, no, Edem was sure. I mean, last year Edem was our...
Is Bino coming?
Yeah, Bino is coming.
Because I saw Chief
One, Kinia, Agbesi, Jafinga, and many of the guys.
Jafinga will be coming?
Yeah, Nature Drip and all those ones.
Okay, great. When is that event?
It will be on the 26th of December, and this is the 3rd edition. So,
third edition.
Yeah.
It promises
it's actually
to be
the biggest music festival in the Volta region now. No argument about that.
No
you can
argument
ask
about
all the industry folks.
Congratulations to you on that. And then also, I have Dr. Bernard Tutubuain. Thank you for joining us this morning. Yeah.
Papa Roo. Good morning.
Well, let's watch that snippet from the Finance Minister. It's the second time he did that in March. He went to interact with traders right here in Accra. This time, he's been to the Western Regional Capital, Takoradi, and then giving them assurances that in the next budgetary year, the stalled is it interchange or crossover or flyover or whatever it is in the center of Takoradi will be completed, or work will restart, so to speak? Okay. And then Takoradi Market. He was in the Takoradi Market, but the interchange, he says, that will be done, and then the Takoradi Market as well. So let's take a look at that, and then we'll come back and have some discussions on the subject.
Oh, since Bida is stable, on jump will be on one side. See, you're okay. On the end, you're okay.
But then, maybe I will call. Yeah, good one. But I'm going to Papa. From our 240.
The way I economy why is stable in Canada.
When you are doing well,
in your first young way, 12 million. Say, I have a 550.
For my end,
12 million. 12. No, 12,000. Why is stable? Dollar no, I didn't know one more old dinner. Yes, strong one. Actually, don't go on so look at
prices no nyame na yɛda na ase first esi day or do 10 cedis way since esi cap here 5 cedis
half
1 cup
it used to be 10 cedis
no about 5 cedis
cap margarine cap
this cap
margarine
cap emo bag your cost do 1 million nkakra me since ya kita 60 55 any bito and what kwaya do 1000 since ya 5.8 esi chia abufo ma 5 nti nyama abufo oye oyefe kaka oyefe mo aba me yenu aso papa mo oye no oyefe even for free SHS ya we bo so mpo wan gu mpo ono so ya ho ama sisi ekọ university first year no mpo oye free no so ya ho ama nti why eduba do why do ya that's wanya ma on se na mo family na na ese
Hello, what's that?
The young papa you be a young yet. They are saying I'm no man. No to me, Yamon Sinadam. The mums canon broken, canon down broken.
So in all this, we know that the trends by way of the economic indicators have been very much favorable. And you will know that when it comes to how the cedi has performed against the US dollar, the British pound, even the major international currencies, apart from those two, also has been, inflation has been trending downwards, now single digits, so to speak, now 8. And the question then is, has it reflected in the lives of ordinary Ghanaians? But is this a good stepping stone to create the benchmark, that a good measurement of what the expectation should be for the finance minister and the government of John Dramani Mahama for 2026 has been well laid by way of the foundation? And Adam, clearly, that question will go to you. Everything done well so far?
Well, Roland, let me first say good morning to you and to my brothers on the panel and to our cherished viewers across the world, especially to the good people of Ketu North. Because I'm here today as a member of parliament because of the trust and the confidence that they have in me. And so I want to once again thank them for their support. And I'm extending my best wishes for the week to them, and also to invite them to Weibo Kope on Friday morning, where we'll be having a community engagement and cut sort for the construction of some classroom block or classroom units. Roland, the economy as we have it today, clearly we have seen some significant improvements in the management of the economy. Since President John Dramani Mahama was sworn in on 7th of January, he has worked together with his team, the finance minister, governor of Bank of Ghana, Sami Jemfi at Gold Board, and all the other sector players to restore confidence in the economy. As we speak today, all economic indicators are showing positive signs, and everything shows that we are on the trajectory of progress, and we are recovering from the devastating effects of the mismanagement that we experienced under the Akufo-Addo administration. All the indicators, as we speak today, Roland, inflation, for example, is in single digits, and to move inflation to about 8% as it is today is clearly something that needs to be celebrated, and we must commend the managers of the economy. Roland, again, you will see that even when it comes to our debt management and the fiscal discipline we have seen in the last 10 months, we clearly can say that the managers of the economy today are doing a better job than those who managed it in the past. How does it reflect in the life of the ordinary Ghanaian? And this is the big question for us and for people like us who have background in economics and in finance. This is always the most difficult aspect of the job, to explain to the good people of Ghana or to the people how these indicators are reflecting in their lives. Well, and when we say inflation has reduced or is coming down, and today it is we have a single digit, what it simply means is that the rate at which prices of goods and services increases is lower. So it doesn't mean that the prices of goods and services are reducing necessarily, but what it means is that the rate at which it is reducing, it is going up. So for example, Roland, in the past, you could walk to the market and you buy an item for 100 Ghana cedis. 2 days later, you go back to the same market, and that item that used to be 100 Ghana cedis will be sold to you at 140 Ghana cedis. But today, you don't experience that, because with inflation coming down to 8%, what it means is that even if there is an increment in that on the price of that particular item, the increment is minimal at best, minimal. So it could be a movement from 100 cedis to, let's say, 101 cedis, or let's say 102, 103, instead of 140 that it used to be. And so basically this is the concept of inflation. Now, so today when you look at our economy and you want to measure the performance of the managers of the economy by all the indicators available, there is no doubt that the managers of the economy today are doing an amazing job, and they are performing far better than what we inherited. Let's get into 3 or 4 of the indicators. I have already spoken about inflation. Roland, at a point, inflation rose to over 50% in this country.
51%.
51%.
54%.
54%. I mean, these are the figures. You said 54, but over 50%.
Who said 51?
Yes,
it's 54%.
My friend from the MPP says 51.
I'm not from the MPP.
You are not from the MPP. Okay, don't. Sorry, I didn't know that. Roland, I thought you were from the MPP. But Roland, inflation moved to over 54% in this country. What it meant was that you could go to the market in the morning, buy an item for 100 cedis. In the afternoon, you go back to the market, and the same item, the price has increased to 154 Ghana cedis. That is basically it. But today, inflation is being sustained at a single digit, and we have the confidence that looking at the way this government is managing the economy, it can only get better. We also talk about the exchange rate. In fact, the former vice president and the economic messiah of the NPP, the only economist that the NPP touts as the economist who knows everything about the economy, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the respected former vice president of the Republic of Ghana and former presidential candidate of the NPP, and hopefully the presidential candidate come January 31st, 2026, told us in this country that if the fundamentals of the economy are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. The reverse is that if the fundamentals of the economy are strong, it reflects in the exchange rate. And that is true. As we speak today, from a country that saw our currency depreciate in value so much that at a point we needed 17 Ghana cedis just to get $1. Today, our exchange rate has improved so much. The cedi has been appreciating against the dollar. And today, when you go to the interbank market, the dollar and the cedi is trading below 12 Ghana cedis in the interbank market. What it means is that our exchange rate, our currency, the strength of our currency, the value of our currency today is stronger than it was in the past. What it means for importers is that today, if you wanted to import an item that cost $1,000, in the past, you needed 17,000 Ghana cedis to be able to pay for that. But today, with just about 11,000 or 11,500, you'll be able to acquire the same item at $1,000 under the John Dramani Mahama administration. These are signs that indeed it is reflecting in the pockets of the good people of Ghana. And again, Roland, that also reflects in prices. Go to Aboso Okai, because in the past, when you go to Aboso Okai, the reason that our dear traders in Aboso Okai gave, spare part dealers gave for always increasing the prices of spare parts astronomically was the fact that they said the cedi was weak and that the exchange rate was not favorable. But today, Roland, when you go to Aboso Okai, the level of stability that the spare part dealers have enjoyed over the period and the confidence that they have in the economy.
That policy in itself, and then that initiative,
yes,
even though positive to support the cedi, has come under extreme criticism. I think over the last week or two, Kujo Oponkruma, for example, was saying that the central bank shoring up the cedi, especially trying to create that level of stability by making it available by way of the reserves and then also pushing it into the economy in itself, should not be the right way to be able to do that. That it has to be organically.
At what point did they realize what the right way to manage the economy was?
How do you mean? For example,
was a cabinet minister.
Yeah, but the BOG governor says that.
Yes, Kojo Oponkruma was a cabinet minister, and we saw under the NPP how even despite all the injection of forex into the market, still they just simply could not hold the cedi. In fact, at a point they told us that they had arrested the dollar and given the key to the IGP. When it was rising to around 17 plus, we kept asking whether the IGP, whether the key, the dollar had escaped and left the IGP's custody and all of that. So, Roland, the MPP cannot teach us how to manage this economy, because when they were given the opportunity, they failed at it. We welcome criticisms. We welcome constructive ideas. But for people who mismanage this country's economy to the extent that all the credible rating agencies pushed us into junk status only a few months ago, today cannot be the ones preaching to us how to manage the economy. The people of Ghana can see clearly that Dr. Ato Forsen and the NDC's economic management, the NDC government's economic management team are doing their best. Today, the governor of the Bank of Ghana has introduced a number of policies which is helping us stabilize the economy, stabilize our currency, and today traders are trading. We are approaching December. In the past, under the NPP, traders would have been in the market looking for dollars and all of that to make orders. Why? Because December, when import increases, the cedi always loses value.
Based on that cycle.
Based on that cycle. But today, Roland, we are in November approaching. This is the time that people place the orders, because when you place the order, it takes sometimes four weeks, 5 weeks for the items to arrive. So we are actually in the period where people are placing orders.
Ideally, the demand should be high.
But so the demand for dollar is even high as we speak. But look at the currency. The cedi is still stable. So we have seen and enjoyed some level of economic stability, and we have the confidence that this government will do better even going into the next year, because we are only coming out from the very the difficulties that the MPP plunged us into. Let's commend the managers of the economy. We are not at where we want to be yet, and let me say that. However, we are not where we used to be. Where we are today is a significant improvement in the management of the economy, Roland.
And if you clearly take a look at what Kessel Atoforsen said he would do, is to make sure that he rationalizes expenditure by way of making sure that, well, if you're spending on freebies, you also make sure that you don't overly spend on items that you could ideally be sourcing locally. And I've had criticism from the side of the MPP or the opposition who say that he could have done it better. But you also find that at the end of the day, you also want to put in a policy initiative that encourages private sector participation, manufacturing, for example. But you need to create the stability first. And that should mean that those accolades should be going directly to Kessel Atoforsen and the government. Shouldn't it be Dr. Kweku Boying, instead of the constant criticism?
Before I go on, let me say good morning to my co-panelists on the set here, and then to my constituents back in Amasaman. And then let me say a happy birthday to my boy, Baba Yaya Ademo, my PA. His birthday today. God bless him, and then for the good work he's been doing for me. And then also to thank the people of Bono for receiving us well over the weekend. We were there within almost about...
You and who were where and where?
Ghana Watch Initiative, undertaking a research. So we were there in Kato, in Sunyani, in Brekum and all that. So it was good for us, a nice experience on the field. And then also to say a good morning to the incoming flag bearer of the NPP, Honorable Kennedy Oyine Japan.
That's right. Is he the one you said was in Bono?
No, he was actually in the Voto region.
Okay. But your team was in Bono?
My team was in Bono.
Did you meet Abronye?
No, really.
He's the regional chair. So if you are going to meet party people, you should be in a position to meet him alongside those individuals.
We are undertaking a survey to find out whether how the message of Honorable Kennedy Japan has resonated with the delegates and all that. So we didn't actually need him. Okay. And then Honorable Ken will be in the Eastern region.
But Abronye will be a delegate.
Yes, he's a delegate.
You decided to exclude him from...
Oh, well, for now, we can exclude them. Very well. Honorable Ken will be in the Eastern region from on the 12th to 20th. He's in the Eastern region, so the folks in the Eastern region, watch out for him. He's coming to give you the message of hope, and then how he would bring Ghana out to scratch and then make Ghana a better place. Talk about the public sector wages that we are talking about.
No, we're talking first on the finance minister, a preview to him. Then we'll talk about the public sector. Okay. Of course, it dovetails, but...
for me, I would say that before even the NDC came into power, yes, at one point we were at 54% with inflation. Things were looking very bad. But then, along the line, we saw that the economy was on a rebound. It was coming back to where we used to have it. I think COVID and then all that had taken us back. Things were not so good. But before the elections in 2024, things were looking good because the inflation that used to be at 54% had dropped to almost 20% before elections 2024.
23%.
So bad, 23, yes. So it was good. It was not looking all that bad. And I think that the measures that were put in place then were to bring Ghana back to where it used to be. So if Kesley Atihueford is following the same measures, it will definitely bring us...
I don't understand. Are you saying that Kesley Atihueford is following the blueprints of the MPP, the Akufo-Addo-led Bawumia government?
Yes, that's basically what was happening.
But that blueprint took us to 54% inflation.
It was because of the external
led us to domestic debt exchange.
It was because of the external factors that we face as a country. It wasn't too good.
What are the external factors?
Oh, you know the Russian-Ukraine war that
it's still ongoing. You know that.
Yes, but then it is not as it used to be as we have it now. So, yes, I'm being blunt with you. Then the restrictions and all that.
The Russia-Ukraine war is not as intensive as it used to be.
As it used to be.
Okay.
Yeah. So definitely, like I was saying, things were changing. Although there were disappointments here and there, I wouldn't sit here and say that I was happy with whatever that was happening in 2024, but it was changing. And so if NDC comes, like I said last time, about 3-4 weeks ago, I am not ready to critique them yet because I still feel that they are in their first year. And so I don't want to throw jabs and punches. I wish them well. I want Ghana to succeed. Our priority for us is to ensure that Ghana is back on track and then we're doing what is good for us. But then my worry is that all these that my brother was talking about with the capital injections and then all that is coming into the economy and then all that. You see, the first 3 months, the Bank of Ghana injected about $600 million forex into the economy. Somewhere in June, when they refused to inject the forex into the system, we saw what happened. The dollar just was running at the pace that we could not catch them. So later on, they had to come back and inject as much as 1.7 billion into the economy. So if you keep on injecting these forex, yes, we know that, like you were saying, the Abosokan people and all that, a lot of the pricing of goods had gone up because there was no forex in circulation. We didn't have them. And then if I would struggle to go get forex so I could go buy any product out there, definitely if I come, I should be able to rope my cost into it and then a profit margin so that I can make some significant gains out of it. So definitely that was the situation. But the very moment that we find dollar, people can get it and purchase whatever they want to buy out there. Definitely the pricing of goods and services must come down. But is that the case today? The pricing that we find out there is still not down. People, yes, we're saying inflation is 8% today, is a single digit inflation today, but we can't even have the money to buy. We don't even have the money to buy. There's no money in circulation.
There's no money in circulation?
I'm telling you.
Okay.
Yes, people, if they want forex, can go get them from the banks at a good rate and then go and bring whatever goods. But then people are not buying.
Dr. Kukubwa, is it not true that when there's sustainability in terms of how well the city is doing against the US dollar, the purchasing power of individuals in relation to how inflation is gets to be better? And as a result of that, as the economists will tell you, clearly, if somebody's purchasing power over a sustained period because the rate at which prices are increasing or decreasing at a minimal level, then the consumer is better off. And that's why we're seeing that relative stability. And consumers are not agitating like it used to be the period from 2021, 22, 23, ultimately till we had the DDEP.
Bro.
Say.
Get your team out there. Let them find out from the consumers out there whether, yes, let's say the inflation rate is down and all that, there's stability and blah, 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 as they want us to believe in. But then there is no currency in circulation for them to purchase. The purchasing power is not there. People are not buying. That's the city. Do we have...
What do you mean by the purchasing power?
Government is not paying. Government is not undertaking projects. Government is not spending. The very moment government is not spending, we don't have. Second, the very moment.
Don't be distracted.
Adam wants to worry me. Don't mind.
No, I will respond when you are done.
You see, the very moment government is not spending, currency is not in circulation. Okay, and then yes, you would have your figures look good on the books, but then is that the reality out there?
What is the reality?
The reality out there is that the ball of Kenke hasn't dropped from the 2 cedi to 1 cedi 50 pesos. It is still 2 cedi and even going to 2 cedi 50 pesos. And then even so, people don't have the money to buy them. That is a harsh reality. We would not sit on national television and lie to people. Okay? The harsh reality is that we can't even buy them at all. When inflation used to be 54 and then was dropping to 23, people were still had the purchasing power to buy. But today, people don't even have money to buy at all. And worst of it is, we'll come there. We'll come and talk about the wages and all that they have brought up. It's woefully inadequate and insignificant. If you look at all these things that are going on, we need to be straightforward with our people. Yes, like I said, I wish them well. I want them to do well. Because if the government does well, it is not for NPP or NDC, or it's not for some particular people, but it's for the whole Ghana. So we wish them well. But they should tell us the truth and not come out to bring us good books that look so good, but in reality, we are not seeing anything.
Your candidate, Kennedy Japan, says that relatively, in comparison to the Akufo-Addo-Bawumia-led government, the economy has been relatively stable and well managed compared to when his opponent, Bawumia, was the head of the economic management team. That also presupposes that it's a far departure from your position, is that not?
It is not.
But Loapia Dankwa, you have your turn. Loapia Dankwa, the reality is that once you want to rationalize expenditure, not many people will be happy. But for this time, we've had even members of parliament and then those who are MMDCs say that their statutory payments, whether it's a common fund, etc., have been duly paid to them. And that also lends credence that payments are being made, isn't it?
Exactly.
So cannot be true that people are not being paid.
So let me wish your lovely viewers a good morning and to reiterate that I see that Ken has a seat on at this holy table. Ken Japan has a seat on this table, so the MPP is duly represented on this table. Maybe.
No, please, let's go ahead.
Why this position? I wish my lovely brother a good morning and then my own professor a good morning. I wish that Ken is represented on this table. Russia-Ukraine is still ongoing. Russia-Ukraine is still ongoing. And what's it called? The city is now 10.9.
But
inflation is single digit. IMF estimates our GDP to be 88 billion. As of close of 2024, it was 82 billion. Now, when you define what an economy is, and when you understand that an economy is the state of any country or any region in terms of its production and consumption of goods and services and the supply of money. Now, the role government plays in every economy is in terms of the fiscal. When we say fiscal year, we are talking about how government raises money and how it spends money and the monetary. Then when you make a comparative analysis, I think the only conclusion you can come to is that this government has done significantly better than your government. Significantly better. That this government, that the government of John Dramani Mahama has done significantly better than the government of His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo. And that the basis of that performance is not because government is not spending like you are saying. Because that cannot be the basis. Probably what they are spending, but they are spending on productive issues. Because there are some payments that are statutory, there are some payments that are legal, that you can't but what's it called? A P. Now, S&P is telling us that it raised Ghana's economy right now, credit rating at B- with a stable outlook. Now, it's interesting to note that this rating is lower than our ratings in 2013, it's lower than our ratings was in 2014, it's lower than our ratings in 2015, lower than our ratings in 2016. You understand? But what makes this very positive and very interesting is when you place it in context. And the context being that we came from a junk status. You understand? And within just 10 months, and with the war in Russia and Ukraine still raging, unlike what my brother said, still raging, deadlier than before.
Oh, it's not deadlier than before, Papa.
Our credit rating is now being negative. Now, why is S&P upgrading us? S&P is upgrading us because they are saying that we have significantly improved in terms of our external financial position. Now, what that simply means is that as of the beginning of the year, our reserves had $6.8 billion. As of today, our reserve is at 11 billion, about 9% of our GDP. Understand? Our reserve is so significant that we can afford, understand, to put dollar into the market to stabilize our economy. Now, what's the function of Bank of Ghana? Because it's Bank of Ghana that made those injections. What's the function of Bank of Ghana? The function of Bank of Ghana, one, is to stabilize the currency. Two, is to deal with inflation.
As far as the monetary policy.
That's the duty of Bank of Ghana.
So what's your point? That it's only trying to stabilize?
Exactly. And it can do so because of the significant improvement in our external financial position. Because you must have the dollars before you can inject. You understand? Now the point is that within a space of 10 months, now they are saying no policy, but within a space of 10 months, we've moved our external financial position from 6.8 billion to about 11 billion. Now when you come to fiscal, unlike a certain government that decided to, in their transformational agenda, spend 400 million on the program that was meant to be their most transformational agenda, the one they want to have, and spend over 5 billion on a useless project like NAPCO. Unlike a government.
Can you explain that? Because NAPCO is supposed to provide jobs.
How
or are you making claims that they're only providing stipends?
First of all, how much did NAPCO add to our GDP? How much? They should tell us. Now, the program that they touted as going to be transformational in terms of adding to the GDP, in terms of creating jobs, in terms of adding revenue to our country, 1D1F, they spent 400 million Ghana cedis. Because we say that the role that the government plays in any economy is in terms of the fiscal and monetary. In fact, the fiscal is what the president directly has a hand in.
Yeah, through the finance minister.
Yeah. And they blow it. Now you take the SML, you create a contract that purports to do something that was already being done, just to put money into your pockets. That's what they use a fiscal policy for. National service, through criminal means, spent 2.2 billion.
Oh, you're making claims that the economy was leaking?
Significantly, 2.2 billion. 2.2 billion. Buffer stock. People were building mansions. Go to the energy sector.
All these are allegations.
You go to the no, but these are facts that our auditors' reports have laid claim to.
Allegations.
So the fact that
these are quotes from the auditors' general report.
What is an allegation is whether or not it was the people. But as to the losses, are facts that are matters that are factual. Because they are in our test reports, and there are more stories of serious leakages.
More rot.
You understand? And so, in the past, and it's not happening now, and I hope it continues. Government used its fiscal policy in a manner that was so reckless. That it rendered our economy junk. It put us in a situation where our economy lost all credibility. It put us in a state where, contrary to the principle Nanado espoused, the principle of the Hattarization of the city.
What do you mean by Hattarization?
Sidinaya Hatta. Sidinaya Hatta. I didn't say that. There was His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the president who said, he was going to protect the public purse. He was the only president who directly made that promise. But Nanado opened a public purse at a time when we had a public financial management regime. And they created a fiscal regime that destroyed the very fabric of the economy. You get the picture. Because beyond the strong position of our external position, one of the reasons S&P is saying is the cause for this positive or this stable outlook of our economy is the fiscal discipline that is being shown. S&P, they told us why they were written us. And that one, we have improved significantly on our external financial position. And it said it was because of the gold and cocoa.
Leading to the great balance of payment performance.
And then two, the prudent nature in which the fiscal side of the economy has been managed. Those are the reasons they give. And the reasons are so clever. Because what's called economic indicators are like your health indicators. In the sense that, so you all go to hospital, they say your BP, for a normal human being, your BP ought to be this, 120/80. If your BP is over 120/80, you know that health-wise you will be working.
That's why you say Hattarization.
No, but Nanado said one of the reasons why he was bringing His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was to deal with the principle of the Hattarization of the city. So the job of Bawumia was to stabilize the city. Bawumia himself said that if you are confused about the state of your economy, one key indicator you ought to look at is your exchange rate. And Mahmoud Bawumia, when he said that the exchange rate was about 2:1, indeed, Nanado said that because the dollar had moved from 1:1 to 2:1, His Excellency John Mahama ought to have resigned. Now, the reason why he didn't resign was what? The envelope under the table. That's what Nanado told us. Yet, when it went to 17:1, Nanado didn't see the need to resign. Maybe we know the reasons. We've seen Hanan's mansion. We've seen the 2.2 billion NSS.
You've seen what?
Hanan's mansion. We've seen the 2.2 billion. In fact, His Excellency Dr. Bawumia said he fought for power, and because of the success in that fight, Japan has made money, Hanan has made money, Champo has made money.
Ken was already.
I beg you. I'm quoting. I'm quoting. Bawumia said that.
When did Bawumia?
Oh, dog.
When did he become the vice president to come make Ken?
Oh, dog. When did he Bawumia, you see, don't let us lose focus. Dog. Bawumia says, listen,
so please stop. Listen, let me stop interjecting. So that
Dr. Bawumia said that he fought hard for the MPP to win power. And because of that success, Japan use the word tam. What's his name? Hanan use tam. The NSS people, they've gotten 2.2 billion tam. See, the point is, when Nanado failed, beyond all the fact that he created a criminal enterprise, what they failed was their radical failure to transform this economy. And JDM will be faced with the same problem. You understand? Because what the IMF program has done and what their own fiscal discipline has done is to create that stability that will serve as a springboard for transformation. Now, they need to find strategies, and I've read their big push agenda, which in Kuko indicated their 24-hour economy. If they can master just 10% commitment to those projects, if they can find a way of including the masses of this country in their real politicking, if they can find a way of creating a culture that is more patriotic than parochial, if they can improve even on their discipline, then the big push agenda, the 24-hour economy, has the potential to bring about the transformation that we need. Because unless we get transformation, unless Ghana is transformed one way or the other, then this cycle of going to the IMF, getting some stability, and then going haywire will be continued. Because all we've done is that where we've had an improvement in our credit ratings, on the back of that, we just go back into the international borrowing market. We borrow and we come and consume. You understand? So my call on the government now is they've done well. But there was a reason why I brought about the 2013 ratings. They are doing well, or they seem to be doing well because of one, beyond the context, but also because of the comparison. If you compare with the junk, then it looks like you are doing so well. You understand? But if there's a time for them to rise and shine and follow their own policies, it's not, because when they do that, then we can be transformed. And that's the only way in which we can have a sustained economic
Dr. Tutuboing, now after the consolidation of the first year or the first 9 months, for the next year, what will be your expectation of the finance minister? And so you say that by Thursday, or is it Wednesday or Thursday, then when we have in the budget read, you would want to see a number of actionable policy initiatives towards moving from that consolidation into real-time expenditure into some key areas.
So, let me acknowledge the presence of my co-panelists and also appreciate our viewers going forward. My greetings to Gabriel, a friend I have, who is an ardent viewer of TV3 Newday programs. I've listened to my co-panelists, Adam, Dog, and the lawyer, and I feel that they have made certain good points. I feel that, yes, the improvement in Ghana's rating by S&P is a welcoming news, and for which I am of a high expectation that Ghana as a country, not just the current, government, not just the current finance minister, should do something, to ensure that at least we continue to see improvements, in the S&P ratings and other, agencies that are into ratings when it comes to the international, market issues. What I expect the finance minister to do is that as a country, we need to make certain, unpopular economic decisions that would sort of drive and sustain economic reforms and economic stability. It is very important, right? Again, we would also want to see a kind of economy that, we can actually improve on our physical discipline. As lawyers said, there has been some, kind of discipline so far, which I agree, but we still want to see more. The reason why I am talking about this is the fact that, Roland, the fact still remains that the B- rating the B-/B rating. It's not about something that we can say that we have actually moved, from the junk, issue. In fact, when you look at the rating, the B- rating, all right, this is it. There are 3 key descriptions of it. And that indicates that Ghana's economy is still weak. It is still uncertain, meaning we are faced with a lot of uncertainties, and it is still vulnerable. All right. And so, if you are not careful, and there is any problem, especially that has to do with anything external, that is the external shocks, to creep in, we will have no other option but to again move to the capital market, again move to our external donors, of which we would have a lot of issues. What it means is that if you are not careful, whatever gains we are making or the economy is making may be eroded. And my second point is that, yes, for now, we see the government doing so well. The finance minister and his team has been very, efficient in terms of, the rate at which they are managing this economy. And so they've been able to manage issues to the extent that, they are not actually operating under a full capacity of 100%, or let's say 101%, but actually operating this economy within 70%, capacity, which indicates that more or less they are doing well, they can do well, but they need to push to the level where this economy will operate efficiently, under 100% or 101%, so that all these issues about inflation, all this doubt about inflation, and the fact that Ghana's economies keep, moving from a lower inflation to a higher inflation, will be something of the past, so that we don't go back, to IMF, the Bretton Woods societies. We don't go back to these capital markets, to borrow and to increase, our debt stock, debt servicing, and all that. I would also want to see, on a more serious note, that the finance minister will make a case for a full industrialization, at least under this government. Probably going forward, if Parliament, if he can actually table, a proposal that will cause Parliament to debate, as to whether Ghana should move into industrialization, regardless of any government that comes to power. Because, you see, Roland, we need it as a country, and it is very important. Obviously, when you check our economic performance, when you check the forex inflows, that we are getting, most of the money we are getting from our exports, basically from raw materials. And Roland, I have said this here time and again, that our failure to industrialize, our failure to move into the tech zone is something that is actually causing this economy. And if we are not careful, look, we will keep on relying on foreign donor supports, and it will not be good for us in any way. So at a point in time, a government comes, does so well in the first term, by second term, that government begins to suffer. Why? Because, whatever gains that has been made quietly has been eroded, and that you suffer the wrath of your own people who actually elected you. All right. So for me, I think that, look, industrialization is the way to go. Ghana's economy basically is about services, which, is not a good thing for us, even though services are needed, even though you could also see that in general terms, when you look at the how do you call it, world, market, you see that. Yes, Roland, please get some small time for me. Let me make. Why?
Please continue. You have 3 minutes. 3 minutes, Europa.
Not 5.
No.
Okay. So, when you look at the world economy, obviously, you will see that services are key. But for me, I feel that we still must move towards industrialization, supported by services. That is the only thing that, whenever there's an external shock, like we talk about COVID, we talk about Iraq, we talk about Ukraine and all that, Ghana will not, suffer for these things. And value addition and export diversification, very important. You see, Roland, if you don't diversify, I know that under Rawlings, we did a lot of export diversification. But I feel that there are still a huge volume of non-traditional exports, that we are not taking advantage of. And I think that we need to look at it seriously. But you see, Roland, I just want to take 1 minute to explain what we mean by, the B- rating. Okay. For the purposes of our viewers, okay. I think that yes, as you all allude to, the B- rating is an improvement of what we saw some years past. But again, the question is as to whether it is something that can sustain the economy. All right. And like I said earlier, the descriptions of that B- indicates 3 things. We have a weak economy. Our economy is uncertain, and it is also vulnerable. Now, the vulnerability actually means that if you are not careful, any other thing that will trigger, whether internal or external, we will go back to where we are coming from. We will lose all the benefits of the 8% inflation achievements. And that will be the end. All right. Again, the weak economy means that we are actually not making monies. We are not taking full advantage of the resources that we have to build a resilient, robust economy that can withstand, foreign shocks. That kind of economy that will make us self-independent. We don't have it. All right. And
still very much exposed to fluctuating.
Exactly. And until we get to the B+ column, which is a more resilient economy, we cannot be independent as we see it. And we should be worried about it. All right. We shouldn't be so happy with this achievement that we have gotten. All right. But the questions that are needed to be asked, we need to ask those questions. The answers that need to be provided, we need to get them. Obviously, as at 1965, Ghana wasn't, economically self-sufficient. And that is the reason why Ghana has to go borrowing and borrowing. You understand?
That's 3 minutes.
It has been the case up to now. And most of our problems is not about the money that we go for, but the debt servicing that we find ourselves in.
Okay.
That is what is actually, has been our bane.
Now, Adam, so once we want to rationalize the expenditure, the workers are also calling for more. Yes, we're told that at the tripartite meeting, 9% was agreed. But I've spoken to some of the union leaders, and they said they wanted more. And we're even giving some caveats to government.
So, Roland, I'll come to the issue of the workers, but quickly, let me respond to claims by my brother, that government is not spending. Dr. Kweku Boahen, that government is not spending. And I have heard this argument by members of the NPP and functionaries of the NPP that government is not spending, government is not spending. And I ask myself, how ridiculous can we be with that claim?
Well, what do you mean by being ridiculous?
Across the 261 MMDAs, government has paid all statutory obligations to them.
When did you go?
Salaries have been paid. Every significant project that needs financing from central government is being funded. Across all 16 regions, there are projects. Roland, as we speak, check one of the most common things you see on social media is flyers from various DCs and MCs about sword cutting for projects because monies have been released into their accounts. You see, let me tell you why the MPP is making this claim, Roland. To the MPP, they were so reckless and they were so indisciplined when it comes to management of our resources that spending responsibly appears to them as no spending. The only thing we are not doing, the only thing John Dramani Mahama and Ato Forsen are not doing is that they are not spending irresponsibly. They are not spending recklessly. They are not putting money into phantom projects. They are not injecting $58 million into the digging of useless holes. They are not injecting money into payment of ghost names. They are not injecting money into deals like SML, which became a cash cow for them. They are not injecting money into things that happen at places like Buffer Stock and all of that. Roland, the only thing, no, it is not about whether they are here or not, but the point must be made that we are spending, but we are spending responsibly. And there is no institution. Workers are not complaining that they are not being paid. In fact, when it is time, before the end of the month, workers receive their salaries. Why? Which set of workers can tell you that they are not being paid?
The nurses that were on demonstration.
Please, they are not part of the payroll. Let's distinguish the issues. When your government was about to exit, and let me spend a minute or two on this matter. When your government was about to exit power, when your government, the NPP, was about to exit power, and they saw the threat of the young people voting against them, and the many demonstrations by nurses who were not posted, they started the process of recruiting teachers and nurses. For many of them, the process was not complete. That is why when you listen to the nurses, they will tell you that they have worked for 11 months, 12 months, 13 months. Why? How long has the NDC been in power? Because you did not fully exhaust the process to start paying them. And you did that against the elections. We have taken steps to regularize. There were a number of them that remained unsorted out. And as we speak, Finance Minister has given financial clearance, and all these people are being regularized. So that is not what we are talking about, because those people were not already on the payroll. We are talking about those who are on payroll. No worker in Ghana will tell you today that under John Dramani Mahama, there are delays in payment of their salaries. And so when you say we are not spending, it appears as though you are not in this country. Look across this country. The country has been turned into a construction site. From here to Aplawu, you will see construction is ongoing. Workers are on site. From here to Kumasi, contractors are on site. They are working. From here to Sunyani, from here to Takrady, from Ho to Joje, all these places, government is spending. Big push projects are ongoing. District assemblies are spending. Projects are ongoing all over the country. But the only thing we are not doing is that we are not as reckless as the MPP was. So because we have not released money into the system to fund all these phantom projects. No, so Roland, I want us to make this point that the NDC government is spending, but we are spending responsibly. So if spending responsibly appears to them as no spending, then we are sorry, we cannot please them, because we will continue spending responsibly. We will continue ensuring that every cedi that belongs to this state will be channeled into development, into creating jobs, into productive sectors of the economy. We will not take $6 million to pay Smart Infraco for no work done and many other deals like that. Look, the kind of rots that the NPP left behind, Roland, it stinks. But again, The Attorney General and his
the
team
workers,
will continue
the expenditure will have to
talking
go
about
up.
workers. Roland, no, I'm not going to talk about workers. 3 minutes. About the workers. Roland,
your time is up.
No.
Let them, with all due respect, I gave you the time.
Roland, no, I was only rebutting what he said. I need to make a statement on the workers, please.
Now, these same workers, for example,
no, but Roland, you should be fair to me. I need to talk about the workers.
I've been fair to you.
I was only responding to his claims.
It's about, so you have to make your point within the time frame.
Okay, so if you can give me 2 minutes to talk about
maybe
the
later, maybe
okay,
later.
no problem. If later, fine.
So I owe you 2 minutes. Just
okay.
So, but at the end of the day, the workers insist that 9% is not enough for them. But of course, we know that contractors have been paid. The last time the Roads Minister was saying in excess on GOG accounts, 5 billion even given to local contractors as well as their foreign subcontractors or partners. So that argument is not entirely true.
No, let me tell him.
The workers.
I'll come to the workers.
Nobody will talk about the workers.
I'll come to the workers.
You have 4 minutes.
I'll buy.
Talk about the workers.
Listen, let me make it clear to my brother Adam that if we talk about government spending and all that, and he talks about we being NPP was reckless and all that, I don't see where he's coming from with all those arguments, and I don't want to go into them. But then I just got back into Accra from Sunyani, okay, and then
from the Bonoto.
Yes, from the Bonoto, and then on the road, as he claims, it is not as it is. Because contractors are not back on the road in Osino here or in Ilemu.
Billion has been paid.
Listen, Adam, I'm telling you, listen, Adam, probably you are busy here in Accra because you have to be in Parliament and all that. But then I'm telling you what is happening out there.
Where? Which of the roads?
I just mentioned that when you get to the Osino bypass that is going to
5 billion.
It is not going on. Even in Pokwase, we were expecting that after monies have been released to the contractor, it should be out there.
Maripoma is back on the road. He's back on the road.
It is not as it is. Listen, he has. Oh, my brother. He has gone to. When monies were released to Maripoma, they have done some sections, but then a lot of the other sections have not been attended.
But they are doing the work.
Which work are they doing? When we are not seeing it, it's not out there.
They are working.
Okay. If they are working, they must show working. If we don't see it, we can't see it anywhere. And then I come back to that the surge in our credit ratings and all that.
You know, Maripoma and the workers, they had stopped work until they were paid almost $1 billion, close to.
Yes,
and then they went back to.
And then they went back.
And we went there live.
Yes.
TV3 Newday.
That's what I'm saying. That
you are saying that the live we went to do it.
They went back to the side to try and then continue with the project. But then as at last week,
they are not there.
But I live in Pokwase.
They are there.
You mean the workers are not on site?
They are not even anywhere. They are not on site. Adam.
Okay, go ahead.
You see, and then let me come back to this credit rating.
And they are working on the motorway.
And then they said the surge in our credit ratings is because of a surge in reserves and then the commodity boom. And then the commodity volumes that we are talking about that has gotten favorable pricing on the world market. We are talking of cocoa and then gold. And then today, presently, we are producing cocoa at barely 50%.
From the time.
So from 2024.
From the time.
Okay, at 50%. And then, so are we saying that it is because of the gold that we are getting, the more reserves that are coming in? And then if it is so, then it is going to be very difficult for us to fight Galamsey. Because if it's that one, I checked the market price today and it's $129,000, $11 and then 34 cents and per kilo of gold. And if this is what is making us have the boom as S&P Global wants us to believe in, that is because of the surge in the favorable commodity pricing for gold and cocoa. And then we are not producing cocoa at all. Then it means it's gold that is giving us money. then it means we are in deep trouble.
Yeah.
Because that means that it is going to be very difficult for us to stop this menace or this canker of Galamsey. Because it is bringing us money.
All right.
And then to talk about the workers, I think that yes, it is good that government says that it's bringing, giving them 9%, moving the minimum wage from 19.97 to 21.4 cities, and then so now cumulatively, if you look at it, it means that a minimum wage is 440, moving from 440 cities to 470 cities. And then if you would put this on the grading of workers on the single spine salary structure, then it means that the lowest grade is between 1,200 to 1,500. And then we have the highest grade being 2,500 to 3,200. And then all that they get here is a 9%. I think if we are saying, and then Kesley Atufosen is telling us that Ghana, we are on a rebound and then things are working well, then this 9% they are given is woefully inadequate. I think the previous years from 2017, 2017, it was 12.50%. 2018 was 11%, 2019 was 10%, 2020 was 15%, 2021 was 20%, 2022 it was 19%, 2023 it was 30%, 2024 it was 25%. And now workers are getting how many? 9%. I think it doesn't.
When the indicators of the economy have improved, when
it has improved, can I use your facts?
Okay. All right. I give you 3 minutes for the unfortunate. Only 3 minutes. Please stick to it.
I don't need to talk much. You see, in the ideal situation, the 9% wouldn't have been adequate. But you see, when you are doing employment negotiations, one of the key factors that you rely on is inflation. One of the key factors you rely on in any employment negotiation is inflation. So if you have inflation at 8%, and then an increment of 9%, I think it's better than the 2019 30%, where inflation at that time was around 54%. Yeah, I want to use a fact. Because when they had increment of 30%, 90%, inflation was about 54%.
The 30% is not cola. Are you not talking about the cola?
No.
It was which year was it?
Doctor,
no, it's cola.
No, he says that.
The cola is a 30%, so that one was not a permanent thing.
So what was the permanent rate?
Yeah, I think it was around 4.
So it means doc is. So it means doc.
It was 2022. The cola was 15%.
So is that that doc is misinforming us?
No, I'm not informing. I'm not misinforming. I'm talking of 2023.
Is that doc is misinforming? No. So let me land. So the point is, you see, if you make recourse to comparisons, then you find yourself in a ditch. You understand? So do not let us resort to comparing.
We must compare.
Yeah, because if you compare, you find yourself in a ditch, because the facts you give us, juxtaposing that against the rate of inflation, leads to just one conclusion. It gives us the impression that this government is doing well. But and that's not all forces with. That's not all forces with when it said that the economy is still weak. That's not. But immediately you do the comparative analysis, then you must give His Excellency John Mahama gold, not just in the case of the ratings, but also in the employment situation. We have inflation at 8% and what's called an increment of 9%. So the point is that there are deep issues when it comes to employment. The first fact is, in any country, the biggest creators of jobs is the private sector. We are dependent on the public sector because government has failed to create that enabling environment where the private sector can create what's called valuable jobs.
That's where Kenny Japan comes in.
He just does some creators. He doesn't say how.
Your time is up.
How you do. Please tell him that you
no.
So to land, I beg you.
Lawyer Gigi. You say a biggie. Lawyer Biggie.
Yeah, Biggie. So to land. You see, government is doing well, but government must go to transformation. They must rely on the GTP and they must create vulnerable jobs so that the definition of what an economy is will have the strong ability to consume to also grow the economy. This one, they've given all the time to them. And
2 minutes for you, sir.
See, the whole thing about this,
the workers.
The workers is the fact that what is the value of the currency, that is the CD. Okay, whether at the rate of 54% inflation and at the rate of 8% inflation. Now, basically, if you are taking a minimum wage, 1,500 minimum, okay, somebody earning 1,500 a month. Last year, the person could do, if the person is spending 77 cedis to prepare fufu, which, of course, when you do the calculation, that's what you see, 77 cedis to prepare fufu. Obviously, it will take the person, let's say it is 1 meal a day, eating fufu once and will not eat again. That takes you to 19 days. You have 19 days, right? Okay. Now, when at the rate of 8%, all right, what it means is that now you are doing 54 cedis, 32 pesos, and that is equivalent to around 28 days. Okay, so even though you see a gain in the number of days that you'll be eating once, all right, are you following me? That you
have
once.
1 minute.
Yes.
You have 1 minute.
Okay.
I'm following you.
All right. So what it means is that with this number of days, are you still proud? Because what about the 2 or 3 days that will be left? What are you going to do with it? Are you going to borrow to feed your family or what? You see, you are still not moving away from the disgrace that you still get. What it means is that, look, the Ghanaian should be given a fair deal for working, all right? And the fact still remains that when Ghana went into all these economic issues, that the cost of foodstuffs started increasing. We have not seen any significant, reduction in the cost of foodstuffs on our market. We have not seen significant reduction in the cost of goods and services. No, I'm not saying that there hasn't been a reduction, but the adjective there is significant. Significant reduction. Because if you could do the permutations, from years back, you could see that from 2020, there were astronomical increases in the prices of goods and services. Astronomical.
Which year?
From 2020. All right. Yes. And going back, you see, to reduce prices has become difficult because of the lack of cooperation of these business people, market women, and all that. And for me, what I was expecting to see, and Roland, you agree with me, I'll be making this point, that the problem of government, has always been these market women and business people. All right. They are the cause of our problems. Basically, 8% reduction in inflation should give the Ghanaian worker that kind of relief that we are expecting, so that the 9% will still remain significant to us.
Yeah.
But look, even though we are achieving 8% inflation, okay, the 9%, base pay will not add any significant distance to our savings and all that.
As workers.
As workers. And obviously, look, when you listen, if you have listened to some workers, worker unions and all that, they have been talking.
But you're a member of UTAG.
I'm a member of UTAG.
You even rep UTAG on the UE.
Our rep was there, on the negotiation table. But all the proposals that he put was not taken. We understand that we are not the only union that actually forms how do you call it?
But,
labor.
But this is with organized labor.
Organized labor. Okay. So that's why.
So you are one individual within UTAG who is complaining on this table.
Oh no, I'm saying that. Yes, if that is if I'm representing UTAG, okay.
Yes. Suppose
then obviously,
all right.
What I am seeing on our platform, please let me land. What I'm seeing on our platform,
there's going to be
the
fire.
Feedback, oh no, there's not going to be fire. Okay. I'm talking about the fact that people are not really happy. Okay. You understand? But my point is that we should actually see some level of what benefit to us as Ghanaian workers. Not that we don't appreciate what President Mahama is doing. Last year, he walked into the negotiation table to plead with us that this year things will be done well. But what we even received last year, there has been a reduction.
Yeah. Roland,
I'll give you only a minute.
Roland, I want to say that as a government, we really care about the welfare of the Ghanaian workers. And it is our desire that at every point in time, Ghanaian workers are paid well and paid deserving what they deserve. When you look at the 9% increment in the base pay, considering the economic conditions and the fact that today, the ordinary Ghanaian has much more higher purchasing power than they had about a year ago. We only plead with them that they should accept the 9%, knowing very well that this government is working in their interest. Roland, today, when you go to the pump, you don't need to spend 17 Ghana cedis a gallon to buy fuel. So for workers who used to fill their tanks, 70 liters with over 1,100, almost 1,200, today they need only 840 Ghana cedis to be able to buy fuel. Today, when you walk into the market, looking at how the inflation...
So that's why he says that
is a reflection on...
He says this is not an enough argument to...
This is a...
Thank you, Edem Magbana. Thank you, Lawyer Biggie. And then also Swapo, good morning to you as well.
But we appreciate the government for what they have given us. And we
all of you, thank you. Thank you. All right. Swapo, good morning to you. Let me say good morning to the boss. Let me say good morning to the boss for the Environmental Protection Agency. Indeed was with our team when the accident happened. And so let me say good morning to you, Professor Kluche as well. At least your work is highly being appreciated, and so we'll say good morning to you as well. But peck your day the Milky Way, and you have to do that with a smooth, rich taste of peck milk shortcake. It is pure delight, and they have various flavors. They have the butter cookies flavored as well. They have the flavor for coconut, and then they have it also for chocolate, and so they have the choco-filled cookies. So make sure you get to any confectionery store near you and get to buy and have a bite for your snacks. We're taking a break. When we come back, we'll bring you the latest sports headlines.